Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. There we go. I should have audio if anyone's here. I think Tony is actually in the stream, and there should actually be audio. Let me turn on the headphones and then see if I can get Zoom going. I got everything else going so far. The power literally has been back on about 4 minutes, maybe 5 at the very outside most. And the mixer shows that it's working. Let me see if I can hear myself or not. So, yep, I have audio confirmation, so that's cool. Let me get Zoom running, and then I'll go ahead and let everyone else know what is going on here. All right, so the stream is already up and running. I got power about 5-6 minutes ago. The process of getting everything running properly. Well, I had nothing to do with it. It just came back on. I was totally anticipating it not being on until a little after midnight, but it is what it is. Cannot start video. Failed to start the video. Camera's in use in another operation. Well, that's weird because the camera is not in use. Okay, so let me get an audio check from Zoom. Make sure the audio portion's working.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now
We're here.
I can hear you guys, and the YouTube stream should be able to hear you guys as well. Now I've got to conquer this camera issue. It shows the camera's functioning. Let me figure out what's going on here.
Maybe you forgot to deactivate one of your cameras inside of OBS.
It was working before the power went out. That's what I don't understand. When the power came back on, both the cameras were actually blinking, and I found that to be weird, but okay, so let's go over to here. Let's go there. Try that. Go back up to here, turn off the introduction, and go from there. Hey, Greg.
Hey, what's up?
There we go. I got it. That's weird. Little bit of a late start, little bit of an early start. I was shooting for 9 o'clock, and we'll call it 9:35 when I started. And power came back on about 9:27-ish or so. So I'm here. Had the fun experience of opening the garage door by pulling down on a little red release and manipulating it across my car, because that was fun. when I got back, I parked, I offset the car so I can, if it happens again, I'll remember to park like that from now on out, and I'll be able to open it and close it with no problems. So.
Fun part is getting that release back in the plates.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't check that. You're right. I thought it clicked, but I'm not sure. I'll check it after bed. All of a sudden, I look pink again. What is the deal? Got the studio lights on. Huh. Not sure why I look pink. Pretty sure that light right there has nothing to do with what I look like. Let's see here. See if that helps at all. Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't think that light would have had any effect on it, but it did. Oh, what a day. Mrs. K was going to work, then she wasn't going to work, and now she's not working. She's in there watching Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. That's what came back on when the power came back on. So, been a pretty interesting day. I got part 1, part 2 for the premiere for tomorrow done. And that's about it. And poof, the power goes out.
You can't have an idea if you do the hot water heater yourself. You get a junction box, and where the wire comes out of that piece of Romex. Wire comes out of the conduit. You can get a piece. You can get a junction box and run a wire in that to dress it up.
We did. Actually, was in the middle of a shower when the power went out. I thought Mrs. K was pulling a prank on me because I turn the light on her all the time. And I said, "Hey, turn the light back on." She goes, "I can't. The power went out." About that time, she said, "I just got a notice on your phone saying the power went out and won't be back on until 12:30. I'm like, "Great." So, fortunately, knock on wood, it don't go out, and we're here at least for the good hour or so.
You having one of those storms that it goes in and out like we get when hurricanes come.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather app, and we have for the next today 50%, tomorrow 50%, Thursday 90%, Friday 90%, Saturday 60%, Monday 40%. We have a lot of rain in the area. In fact, earlier today, have you ever heard of an hydrologic outlook?
No, and is that where the Mondays show you the clouds and the percentage?
No, it just says hydrologic outlook until 4 a.m. And then if you click on it, it just says heavy rainfall possible over central Indiana later this week. An active weather pattern. It's just a lot of rain is what it is. I tried Googling it. I didn't get anywhere with that. So, but I found that's kind of interesting. I don't think I can show this to you guys where it'll come through, but it says this section right here actually says hydrologic, and I don't know how I can do it. You might be able to see it. Now, when I get it turned at the right angle.
Yeah, right at the top there.
Yep.
It goes in and out focus.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Alex, I just got a
Some
message
college
from Alex.
person.
It's an audio clip.
I wonder if that's some college person trying to prove how smart they are.
Yeah, really. That's
Just say
Get it?
major rainstorms.
Yeah, I got it. I haven't listened to it yet. Hold on.
Oh, don't worry. You don't have to listen to it. I just sent it to you just in case you want to listen to it off of Zoom and off of stream later, unless you want to share it later after the stream. It's my interview from today. The guy actually recorded it and sent me a link to it. So I thought you may want to. It may be interesting. You may want to listen to it.
You can do that later. So the guy, did he tell you he was recording it before he started the interview? Did the guy tell you he
Like-
was recording it before he started the interview?
Yeah.
Nice.
It
Nice.
sounds like a major company keeping track of what's said over the internet.
I look pink again. What the heck?
So there it is if you want to listen to it.
Let me change cameras and see if that has any bearing on it. Let's go to this camera. Huh. Oh, my legs are white. That's good. You go back to a different camera. Hold on. Go back to this camera. Oh, one zoomed is one not zoomed. But this one I look more pink. At least to me I do. Than I do with that one. Oh, wow. The green screen's way off over there. You can see the... Must be because...
You know,
camera
this is
angle.
funny. This is funny. I just listened to the first 10 or so seconds of that audio clip that I just sent you.
Mhm.
And the guy said, and I quote, it doesn't really record it. It only takes notes. It only takes notes and transcribes the meeting. So he didn't even realize the software that he uses actually records an audio clip.
And he runs an IT support company. BH Ringer, hydrology is the study of water, so assume hydrologic forecast relates to the possibility of flooding. Yeah, that's kind of how I took it. BH is, we're, with all this rain we're supposedly about to get, it probably is going to flood. Let's go let everyone know we're up and running. Excuse me, just
Yeah,
a second.
I was telling William before you come back on that I was able to compress that image down. It only took 3 hours, but now instead of 80 gigs, it's 4 gigs. So I can upload it if I need to.
Right.
Later.
You said you last night used 7-zip and another program?
No, just 7-zip.
Oh, I thought you said you used 2. Okay.
This website the way I downloaded the image, it downloaded a .img file, and then I was able to. Then I had to put it in a compressed folder in a specific format for the website to be able to re-upload it again.
Looks like
Yeah,
Tim's still having Facebook issues.
Ken, I thought you said your running days were over.
I drove. My running days are over, trust me.
You may just have to suck it up. Tim may just have to suck it up, create a whole new account if he really wants it. His Facebook if he can't figure out how to.
Or he can try to recover the account that he can't get the password in. I've seen people do that, and that way he doesn't lose any of his data. I think if he searches far enough and hard enough and long enough, he'll find a way to contact someone, and they'll figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
That's why
I can honestly say I've only ever had one Facebook account ever. There's only one of me on Facebook, and that's all there will ever be. I'm not like some people that I know that literally have 8 different Facebook accounts.
I'm talking about Sean.
No.
I only have one account. I have trouble keeping up with one. There's no way I could handle running 8 accounts. That would be...
Well, the person I'm referring to does not run 8 accounts. She only runs 1 account, but she forgets the password. And every time she forgets the password, she makes a new account, or she had in the past.
Tony said, poor Joshy. That's why I write the password down and I use a password manager. If one or the other doesn't work, I lose the paper, the password manager isn't working, I still have it written down somewhere, at least one other place.
That's why for the one account that I can't afford to lose access to, my Google account, I have every possible alternate authentication method set up.
Yep. Tony says GlassPass. That is correct. And then the other one is it's in a notebook, and then the other one is in a clipboard, if it's an important one.
I've seen plenty of passwords on clipboards hanging on servers that are supposed to be so-called secure. And with glass windows looking at the servers.
Yeah, I was trying to remember years ago. I couldn't get into mine for some reason, and they had me to recover the account if I remember right. But that's back when you could actually talk to someone, either chat or otherwise, and email. And my concern was I would lose what little bit I had on there at the time, and you don't lose anything. Long Dog says he be having a notebook that has all of his passwords. Yeah, I'm a big proponent in writing them down. I mean, you got to write them down to create them anyway, unless you use the generated ones from the password managers.
I don't. I just came up with the one that I use, and then just change a few little things every time I gotta make it a new one, or they complain because I've used the same, because you can't use the same password
You're not supposed to.
consecutive or whatever. So
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I mean, just makes sense not to. Bobby Warren says, "Hey, kid. Hi, Bobby. I finally did make it live with the power coming back on. I got chat popped out in front of me now."
I do follow all those best practices of security password type of rules for our for the website that when I set it up. You know, completely different random generated passwords for every
Yeah, I
login.
don't have the same password for two different accounts. It's just silly. Now I might have the same characters, but just in a different order. And that's all I ever do. When it comes time to change a password, when you get that notification, it's password change time or whatever, I just add characters to the old one. I don't go in there and redo the password. Kenny Witten says hello. Hello, Kenny.
No, that'd be too hard to remember.
Yeah, it'd be just, since I got it written down, all I got to do is add one or two characters on the beginning, one or two characters on the end. Ta-da! New password. Works so far. So he sent me an email today. Well, I haven't checked email. Oh, I thought I did. I checked email before the power went out. Let me go check email.
That's the one bad thing about all this online stuff is you have to have there's all these different passwords. You have to have all these different passwords, and every website that you go to has different password requirements. Some can have numbers, letters, symbols. Others can't have certain symbols. Or certain characters. So when you get used to a certain password and then you go to a website that does it, for example, like an underscore or exclamation mark, it makes
it can mess them up. No question about that. Oh, I got another confirmation receipt from CVS again today, just now. Interesting. I don't shop at CVS. I'll bet it's a PDF. Oh no, this is your username. In brackets it says the word username, your order survey. Oh man. They just do not give up. I got one
They don't
earlier.
have nothing else better to do, and they know there's nothing for the most part that the majority of us can do. There is some people that I found their channel on YouTube. That's what their whole business is scam baiting these scammers. Everything from the technical support to the RRS, whatever scam, they're scam baiters, and they will literally pretend to be a victim. And once they figure out, once they get an address and they figure out where the scammers are located, they will literally fly. They live in California, so they will literally fly all the way from LA in California to wherever the scammer is just to confront them. Their channel is called Trilogy Media.
So I'm going to catch up on chat. Bobby, I got your email. I answered you back. I don't have my email on my phone. I took it off a while back. I don't miss it. So if you send me an email and it's super important, you need to send me a message on the phone and I'll check my email because I don't want to put it back on there. Long Dog Tim has not been able to log into his Facebook on it. No, he can log in on his Android phone. I believe he can actually log in on the computer, but he just can't change the password. Now, I'm not 100% sure if he can log in on a computer or not. I know he can log in on his phone. He's just unable to change the password. I briefly was researching it this morning, and I came across the fact you could recover your account somehow, and I vaguely remember doing that. It's been a long time ago. I mean, a long time ago. Tom K says hello. Hello, Tom. Good to see Tom. I don't know why I thought he was in Colorado last time he was here, but he's not. He's out there in Arizona. I think the Phoenix area, if I remember right. Get him and Sean together. Have him live stream it. Either way. Either Tom or Sean live streaming it. I don't think any damage was done to the computer so far. So good. Yeah, I don't have any emails on my phone whatsoever. I did have, and then I woke up one day and my phone was full and I had to delete I deleted my email and at the time Facebook, and it cleared it right up. I have put Facebook back on it, but it's probably going to go away too. I don't necessarily need Facebook on my phone.
My email doesn't. I got my emails on my phone or whatever, but my emails themselves, they don't actually download on the phone. They're just on the Gmail app whenever I'm connected. They don't actually, so they don't take up any space on the phone.
I'm not going to put it back on to test it. I don't miss it. I don't have that much important email come in that if I'm out and about or driving down the road or everything that I have to pull over and answer an email. I just don't.
I really don't either.
Uh-oh. I'm bleeding. My leg is bleeding. If you guys can see that blood or not. You know what sucks about getting old is these things happen and you scratch your head and go, how did that happen? You know, when I was a nurse, I used to see all these old people get a skin tear, and I used to think to myself, how are they getting these skin tears? Now that I'm older and I get skin tears like the one on my leg that is dropping blood on the floor, I have no clue how I got this skin tear. I know one thing, though, that alcohol makes it burn. Watch this. I'll have some fun with this. Babe! Apparently not. Apparently she doesn't care if I'm lying in here bleeding to death. It's
So
not funny,
I
Alex.
gotta.
I'm gonna put you in the waiting room, and I told myself I wasn't gonna put you in the waiting room tonight. You laugh at me dying.
So my mom and dad have to go do CPR training. To continue to work for me. They have to go do CPR training at this place at the company that pays them Thursday, and it's from 8 a.m. to noon.
I was bleeding.
So I'm gonna be getting up probably at 6:30 or 7 o'clock Thursday morning.
Seen it drip blood on the
Fun.
I looked down. I took my finger. I didn't look. I went like that. Come back, all blood covered. You better call 199.
4119. Let's go to the door.
Look, it's bleeding again. See what you've done? All right, thank you. So they're required to be CPR trained, Alex?
Yes.
I'd have swore I saw your mom in Walmart tonight. I almost went up to her and said, ma'am, can I take your picture, please? Because it looked just like your mom. This is weird. This will not stop bleeding. It's not very big, actually. She's right on that. It just won't stop bleeding. We actually went into Walmart and we bought the 2 things. We went in and nothing else. I couldn't believe it. And I went.
It would have been funnier. It would have been funnier if you would have thought you would have seen me with her.
I would have. If I tell you what, if I'd have seen somebody that resembled you in a motorized wheelchair, I would have taken a picture. I'd have said, "You're not going to believe this," just like I did with that guy that looked like Josh. You're not going to believe this, but you resemble someone that lives down in Sheraton, Arkansas. Oh, you mean cousin Alex? Yeah, I know. She must be manufacturing the Band-Aid. There, I think I got it. Stop bleeding. Oh, here we come. Here we go.
Get that trash. Here.
Ow! Easy. You call yourself a nurse?
That's how nurses are.
Mean?
No, not mean.
You are mean. That hurts.
We want this alcohol to penetrate down there so that it stops the bleeding, okay? Alcohol stops bleeding.
I'm going to talk to your supervisor.
Yeah, talk to me.
No, she's right.
I was gonna say,
My mom does the same thing to me.
That's mine. Look at other nurses when they do that. They were like,
Oh, it won't stop. Look, it won't stop bleeding.
it will.
Better get out a needle and thread. Ow! Seriously, woman?
Just get the staple gun from the garage.
There's a CC. That's just a small one.
Greg said, go get the hammer.
Yellow's got super glue.
And
What they use on
get the hammer.
Still
and
some
what?
cuts in
And a
hospital,
hammer
super
and a
glue.
nail and then
He said, get the hammer, put my hand on the table like this, and smack my hand, and I'm not going to feel my leg.
Oh yeah, right. I know because you cannot feel the leg. You can feel.
Oh, well, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go to bed tonight. I'm being completely sarcastic because I know when we go to bed, you're gonna put the dog up in the room and in the cage, and the dog's gonna go, and the new puppy's gonna go ballistic for probably at least a good hour and a half until she quiets down, and then I won't be able to sleep. Have a dog whining and crying all night.
Yeah, he's going to do that until he gets used to being where he's at. Damn it. Okay, I bumped into something because almost in the same exact spot on my other leg, I have another skin tear. So what did I bump into in the dark a while ago?
You say you're in a garage.
I'm trying to think. I don't recall. Oh, wait a minute. No. I was thinking maybe when I pulled down that thing for the door.
Or a car door handle. Or something.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Oh, yes.
That's weird. Very weird. So where do your mom and dad got to go for CPR training?
Oh, they gotta go to the main to the place that actually pays them, that sends them the checks. Uh, Pine Bluff, about 30 minutes away, and they gotta go. They gotta go there. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm looking forward to that.
You got to go as well and sit there and be bored.
So I gotta go there because I can't stay at home for the 4 hours
Right.
with them being that far away. So I can't go in the room. So I've got to sit out there in the hallway and do one or two things.
Well, we know what you're going to do. You're going to try to sneak into their Wi-Fi.
I got to do one or two things. I got to use my hotspot on my phone, or I could try to figure out what their Wi-Fi info
See,
is,
what did
or
I
hope
just? What did I just
somebody's there that knows what it is, and there's probably not gonna be anybody there. That'd be my guess.
Okay, all those that heard me say you're going to figure out the Wi-Fi, say I.
Yeah, we heard he's gonna hack into it.
Yeah, he's hacked into a lot of other things, so you'll lose. You hack into it, and your mom and dad don't get their CPR card. So far, there's 4 eyes that heard me say the same thing that you had to say.
That's actually one thing I've never done. I've never actually hacked anybody's Wi-Fi.
I thought you said a while back, like a year or so ago, at one of your doctor's offices, you were able to get on their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but the top nurse practitioner, she gave me the password.
Oh, you failed to bring that point up when you told us about that. Another pertinent information that the future politician has left out.
But guess what? Since then, that doctor's office has been sold and been taken over by a big company.
Right.
Guess what? I know they changed the Wi-Fi stuff. So they changed all the internet
I would hope
stuff.
so.
So I don't know the information anymore.
I would hope they changed it. Can you imagine the security threat that would pose if they sold it to someone else and didn't change all that information? Man, talk about
my doctor has now officially retired. So I'll be seeing it when I'll be getting a new primary care physician.
Alex Lowe, the couple I go to, they give them free. They give free Wi-Fi to the patients.
When I go to the big university hospital here, they have guest Wi-Fi that is awesome. It's at least 100 up and down. It's the best free Wi-Fi out there that I've ever used, as far as free, as far as open for anybody to use.
If I didn't buy open Wi-Fi and then one gigabit because they're going to limit you on your bandwidth they're going to give the guests, because it's the main channels are for the rest of the people, doctors, and that.
Well, at this particular hospital that I go to, they do not limit the bandwidth for the guest. If I run a speed test while I'm connected to their Wi-Fi, their guest Wi-Fi, I get over 100 up and down. And I can almost guarantee you that if they were limiting it, I would not get that.
Okay, hopefully that didn't go out over the internet. I was just getting settled in to watch Rick's upload and poof, no power. I got it queued up, got in the shower. But we're up and running now. That's all that matters.
You could have watched it on your phone while the power was out.
No, I couldn't because I was preserving my battery just in case something important came up and I needed the phone.
Like me calling.
Since there's, oh yeah, like you calling. Yeah, I would have answered that. Since there's no way to recharge the phone while the power's out, and there's no way to watch the laptop because it requires power. Just all kind of
always get on the bicycle and crank power.
Yeah, I tried to talk Lauren into doing that. She wouldn't do it.
That's why I have these little power banks sitting all around this house. That you can plug your phone into to charge your phone if power goes out.
Yeah, you talking about that little gizmo like that?
Yeah, but the one I got's a whole lot bigger than that.
I don't even know how long of a charge this thing holds, and I don't know how long it would actually run something. Lorna won it in one of her jobs.
And we got a couple of them here that are a whole lot bigger than that actually you can charge 2 devices at the same time off of.
Yeah, you can charge 2 on that one, but that's just going to drain it. Keep my eyes open for a battery powered bank. Yeah. Either that or just buy a decent laptop that doesn't have to be plugged in all the time.
But then even if you buy a laptop that doesn't have to be plugged in all the time, then when the power goes out, you don't have internet on it unless you got a hotspot on your phone like I do.
Right, that was the other. Well, what we talked about was plugging a flash drive in and watching TV show or a movie that's on the flash drive. But the laptop we currently have, it's got to be plugged in, otherwise it doesn't work. So that was out. No, I have flash drive prepared and ready to go just in case we're somewhere that doesn't have good TV.
You know they also make these things called a jackery. Like a great big power bank, like a really great big one. That you can like charge off of solar power or regular AC power. That actually has a regular household outlet built into it as well as USB
Yeah, it's
plugs.
an inverter generator. It's got
Wow,
the new type batteries. The lithium ion batteries, and it runs their inverter.
I've thought about getting a small generator. I've thought about looking into something small solar wise, but I don't know how long that retains what it charges. It's not a big deal. I mean, my life is not that important that I need to have backup power to do whatever I want to do. There's no Da Vinci project that's important. Speaking of which, we'll discuss that in a little bit. There's no stream that's important. It can wait, it can wait. Now, if I ever get to be that big, I need someone to smack me back into reality because I can't see that this show is that important that I need a generator. Hold on, I'll be right back. Just I don't see that. Why in the holy?
Just get one of them great big old generators. It automatically comes on when the power goes out.
What's that powered by, though, Greg? Gas or
Natural gas?
Is
natural gas or propane?
Yeah.
Well, it costs about $14,000.
Is that all?
Yeah.
I probably have that in my Pringle. I probably have that down here in my Pringle can banks. I've got 4 of them: one for the quarter, the nickel, the dime, and the penny. And oddly enough,
I got that plus 20% in my checkbook.
They don't tell you about the yearly maintenance.
Yeah.
It can run around 225 plus whatever they decide it needs during their tune-ups. Yeah, the low battery in it, they get $156 for it. Doesn't look at much more than a small automotive battery.
Yeah, well, as we progress further in technology, the batteries will get smaller, they'll last longer, they'll be more powerful as well. I'm just saying, at this particular point in time, I don't need anything.
Why don't you call Tesla and see if they give you a power bank?
Probably something else I'll never have is a Tesla. Hey,
No,
Jeff.
they make a Tesla power bank for the house.
Oh,
Power goes out, it charges up your incoming power or solar, charges bank batteries up, they'll run your house.
so Bobby
I'd
asked
rather
what
have a generator.
Bobby asked, what do you people, or no, Long Dog asked what people do when the power goes out. He feels lost. We sat there in the dark, and I remembered I had a flashlight. So I came in here and found it. And then I remembered I had another flashlight, but I couldn't find it. I actually have no idea where it's at. It puts out enough sufficient light, and we lit 2 candles. We had to have a his and hers candle. I was fine with 1 candle, but no, we have to have 2 candles.
Not sure we even have any candles anymore.
We've got a whole bunch somewhere brand new in a box, and that was part of the discussion we had. Was what do you think those new candles at? I said they're in a box somewhere.
I've got a really convenient flashlight. When the power goes out here, all I gotta do is reach down under my seat here, press the button, and I've got instant lights that come on.
No, that's good.
Oh, the phone's got a little bit of a flashlight on it, and that helped out quite a bit. But again, I didn't want to run the battery down. And I know I've got 2 of these flashlights. I just, in all my rearranging of things, not sure what I've done with it.
That's where we ought to send the candles we have. We'd send the candles. But all those candles we have.
That stuff?
Yeah, we'll send all those candles.
When I was growing up, we had candles, but we still had lanterns too, the
That's what
kerosene
a fire
lanterns.
is. Oh.
Whether he likes him or not, it's his choice.
I was just informed that the character Groot from the Avengers was created by a Filipino. I did not know that. So this is the flashlight right here. And
Oh yeah, seen it advertised. You open it, lights up.
yeah, this is a fire effect. And then when you close it, and now the other one don't work. Ha ha, good. Well, I can't believe that. Seriously, it only. Oh, there we go. It's actually pretty bright. It's got this cute little hook on it that you could hang it, and it's got 3 really super powerful magnets on it. That if you want to affix it to something, you can hang it. I just don't know where the other one's at. Kind of cute that when you change the, looks like a little fire glowing.
Huh. You can get kerosene at Walmart yet, it says here. Might have to buy me a kerosene lantern.
I forgot. I see how many batteries this thing takes. Three of the, oh, excuse me, AA.
C or D?
3 of the, you're just pushing to go in the waiting room tonight, aren't you? I said I wasn't going to put you. Who wants to be co-host? Take care of those duties for me. Alex, you
Nobody?
don't count. You can't put yourself in the waiting room. Or double A.
A lot of these new things are LEDs that don't require as much power as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, Bill.
Well, the thing that's troubling is I had them sitting side by side, and I don't know where the other one's at. I honestly have no idea where it's at. I know it's here somewhere, but who knows where. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled the battery out. Sure hope the power don't go back out again tonight.
Zap.
Yeah, really. Put the battery back in correctly.
More storms coming into California,
You got more storms here.
so I assume they'll make their way across. We had rain again today here in Vegas.
My son sent me a cute video of my granddaughter. She's standing there and he's like, okay, I need you to predict the Sweet 16 for me. And he said, Houston and whoever they're playing. And she goes, Houston. He goes, okay, I'll write that down. He goes through all 16 and he said something else and she got the most dumbfounded look on her. You know, she has no idea what she's doing. She got the most dumbfounded look on her face. And she goes, Daddy, I don't know.
I guess what is she like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and then he's predicting her. He's trying to get her.
She is 4, and he was having her predict, probably for humor purposes, the Sweet 16 winners. Now, what would be funny is if, there we go, batteries just needed to be replaced.
Oh,
What would be
I
funny?
thought he was.
You thought he was
having her come up with what she wanted to do for her 16th birthday.
well, she's only 4, so the 16th birthday discussion is not happening just yet. Like at least 12 more years, possibly longer.
Holy mackerel. Kerosene lanterns, some of them run around $100 a piece.
Gee whiz.
There's one for $37.40, but most of the others are around $100.
Just go to your local Cracker Barrel there, Jim. Jeff, you should be able to get you one.
Yeah, just stick it off the wall. They don't need it. Did someone say co-host? I did say co-host. I need a co-host.
Jim will be in a minute.
The problem with those kerosene lamps is not only smell, but they produce black dust
Suit.
all over your
Yes.
TV screen, computer screen, walls and everything.
Yep, they sure do.
I quit burning candles years ago.
My mom uses this thing called a candle warmer. It puts off the smell good of the candle, but doesn't actually light a fire.
Yeah, that doesn't actually put out a flame. It just gives the illusion that it's a flame. Kind of bugged me where the other light's at.
You'll find it tomorrow.
Every once
I
in a while,
probably
though,
will.
every once in a while they will light a candle though. Around here.
Yeah, William.
I saw one on one channel that where you go to Home Depot and buy yourself a DVD player boombox.
Okay.
If it's got a little bitty screen that you put a DVD in, and you can.
It looks like an old fashioned boombox with an LCD screen and a player on top.
The last boombox Well, come to think of it, the only boombox I ever had was when I was in the Army, and I only had it through basic training.
Why did they take it away from you?
No, I bought it from someone that was outgoing, and I sold it to somebody that was incoming. I had no use for a boombox. Just it was nice to have. Pass the time.
I bought a little transistor radio, as we called them in those days, at the PX. It was about this big. That was still back when they used discrete components in transistor radios. Works pretty well.
Nowadays, if you had it, it might be a collector's item.
Don't know what happened to it. If you had a tube radio of some sort, that definitely would be a collector's item. Some of those might still work. Tube TVs, you'd have to get something to translate the signal back to analog like they used to use.
I got a question for you. How come sometimes when you open up a flash drive, it opens on one screen and other times it opens on another screen? Why is it not consistent?
Because your system is goofy.
You getting the same drive letter each time?
Actually, I believe it. I just put a flash drive in and I'm pretty sure it did come up to the same drive letter, but instead of opening in front of me, I got my camera off, sorry. Instead of opening it directly in front of me, it opened to the left of me.
Wasn't sure if they were coming up separate drive letters. I could understand it more because it's not recognizing it as the same device.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it out. I found a 64 gigabyte memory card today. Actually, while I was looking for the flashlight. Isn't it weird? I'm gonna put it back in the USB hub.
So 64 gigabyte flash drive or 64 gigabyte
memory card
for a camera.
For a camera, yeah. And then I have the little converter, you put it in. And now this time it opened in front of me because I think I had moved it over there. So that would make sense. And it still says USB drive F.
Anybody remember these things for cameras years ago?
Let me spotlight you.
The old
I don't know what you call them.
compact flats. Compact flats.
I've got a camera that takes that.
Well,
I think I still have
I was
something
given
that can read these, but I'm not sure.
I think I got a
pull the date
video
off.
showing you around here for it.
Yeah, I got all the photos off of them years ago, and they're backed up elsewhere.
I actually was given years ago. I was given a Sony camera that takes a floppy disk. Somebody gave me a camera that literally put a floppy disk at 3.5.
I had the only video camera I ever owned that was strictly for video used tapes.
This will be fun.
I have one of those. I have one of those tape camcorders now, so I can read people's old.
Well, I take that back. The first video camera I ever had was from Radio Shack. It was a huge monster, and you rested it on this shoulder and held it like this.
It was a VHS camcorder, right? Recorded directly to VHSs.
Yeah, and actually I used it to help make copies of stuff I bought. We bought my daughter when she was little all the Disney stuff, and I would put it in that one of them, I don't remember the player or the camera, and run it and transfer it to a new blank VHS tape, and then we would play the one we made and save the original in case the other one crapped out. I could make another copy.
I
Still
don't guess
some of those originals in a box someplace. None of them have been played more than twice.
So I guess I got around the copy protection of those tapes because it just
Well, I don't know if there was any copy protection on them. The ones I did.
all
know.
the Disney, all the Disney movies that I had had copy protection on them.
Well, that was true of the DVD Disney movies I bought. The ones I got on VHS tape, I was able to copy without any copy protection breaking anything.
Now, the Disney movies I had were VHSs, and every single one of them had copy protection on them. It was called a Macrovision or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, Alex, if it was on there, I don't remember it. But I just used the camera and a VHS player. That's all I ever used, and I could make copies of them.
A lot of the early VCRs would not read the copy protection. They didn't have the circuitry to read them. Only the mid and later VCRs had this protection.
Because what happened is my mom got this VCR DVD combo that's a recorder that I have now. I don't use the recorder function, but she originally got it so that she could transfer all of those movies to DVDs.
Yep.
And then she figured out that she couldn't do it because of the copy protection, and so that's what made me start. That's what made me want to start learning how to do all the transfers and everything.
Yep.
Oh,
The first tape player we had was a Sony Betamax. My father-in-law thought that was going to be the best thing since sliced bread, and he bought himself one, and all of his 3 children one. And then the VHS format eventually won out.
sure. So I got this gizmo right here. I don't know if you can see both the slots or not. There's one that the memory card fits into.
Oh yeah.
And then there's one right below it that says mini SD HC.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
My desktop, my old HP desktop, has slots for that'll read about 6 or 7 different kinds of those things, as well as USB.
Yeah,
I got my mom one of those when we bought her computer. It reads like 8 different.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. I do not have the latest Zoom, so let me download that. I'll install it after we're done tonight. I knew I forgot something today when I was updating software.
Another quick technical question. If my system was updating, would that cause DaVinci to run real sluggish, as in, like, not at all?
I don't know about not at all, but sluggish, yeah, possibly.
Well, I brought the task manager up one time and was watching it, and it would work for about 35 seconds, and then it would say not responding, and then it would respond for about 35 seconds, and then not responding. But there was nothing going on. The only thing running was DaVinci Resolve. Nothing else. No OBS. No nothing. I shut everything off.
Is everything else working okay until you started system update?
Actually, I didn't do the system update. Mine set to do it automatically.
Well, the one that came out today was an optional update.
Oh, isn't it?
Yep.
That would explain why I couldn't find it in history then. Yeah, everything was working fine. OBS was recording on the when I recorded the first 2 parts of the video, it was fine. When I went to do the third part, I don't know what happened. I really think I have problems with DaVinci Resolve itself, to the point where I want to try to figure out how to contact support and show them a quick video of why is it doing this or why is it not doing this. Right now, I haven't had any issues at all. Looks like Zoom got moved a little bit on the stream. I can't blame that on the power outage, though. I suppose I could.
Yeah, you could try.
Yeah, it don't hurt nothing to try. So I got a bad feeling that if I turn this on, that's going to look that doesn't look too well. Yeah, that looks bad. That takes away this is for entertainment purposes only. Still kind of fits in there though. Lock that back in place. Yeah, it was. You'll see tomorrow. It was interesting. Tomorrow's premiere is right at 24 minutes in length with a 1 minute introduction, so it's 25 minutes long.
I'm sorry.
we only want experts for 35 years. You know, I sure hope he doesn't watch our stream.
Hey.
John, I saw something from him today. He's got a buddy in Louisiana. He's trying to build up his subscribers
Yeah, he was
list.
promoting another guy's channel for something. I don't remember what it was exactly.
I don't either. I seen it and I told myself I need to go check it out when we get the power back on. Who's Tim? Oh, mercy. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on with it. I know it was sure frustrating. I shut it down and rebooted 3 times. My niece is in Italy doing a wedding shoot, all expensive, and I'm in the wrong business. She's in Italy, all expenses, and she's getting $25K on top of that.
Well, big wedding apparently.
Yeah.
I would guess anyway.
Man, we don't know what the expenses were paid. She might have been rowed over there in a rowboat. You never know. Rubber raft. It's paid for. Didn't say what the accommodations were. It's paid for.
World War II Italian submarine.
Really? Oh man, I don't even think I could get in a submarine. I don't think I'm claustrophobic per se, but just the fact that you're encased and then you're going under the water, that doesn't appeal to me. Oh, thanks for telling me I forgot to turn the background back on. What shall we use now? Could use this one. That's kind of pertinent for tonight, considering I didn't have power. Out of my control. Tough crowd tonight. Tough crowd. I thought Jim joined. Jim did join.
Yes, he is.
He's here somewhere.
His chair's there.
Huh?
Do a spotlight, see what's going on here. Well, it doesn't appear to be laying on the floor anywhere, so that's good. I had to research that, what she just told me. I don't know if I buy into that or not. She's watching Filipino TV now, and it was on their Filipino news about Groot. I don't know. Not going to lose any sleep over it. Tomorrow, she is 16, so it'll be hopefully 10:30. And then Friday, she is 16 again. Weird schedule this week. Very weird schedule. Let me try something here. So I've got 2 tabs running with were for YouTube. The studio, which is doing the broadcasting, and I have my monitoring screen. That's 2 tabs. I've got the clocks running.
Better hurry up and catch them.
So that they're over there. Oh. Oh. I have 2 instances of the stream running. I'm the echo, by the way. So what happens if I kill this? Do we lose the stream? This will be interesting. Okay, I don't think it killed the stream. I don't know for sure.
Live on this chat, and
Yeah, it's still going. I'm monitoring it. Yeah, Zoom is good. I'm gonna figure out the delay between the OBS and the actual stream itself by 3, 2, 1, 0, about 4 seconds. When it popped up, when the state of confusion popped up over there, so not too bad. Not too. I'll take that every day of the week I can get it. All right, so let me see what happens here. Nothing happens. So Jim, is Jim back?
Yes.
Did you sell one of your computers? I noticed you said something about earlier today you were off to do some shipping.
That was Monday.
That would be yesterday then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a little slow.
Yes.
What can I say?
So we noticed.
Oh, I even displayed the task manager on the premiere tomorrow when it started acting all goofy. Twice even. Okay, so this is kind of weird. Oh no. No, it's actually eyes are burning. Uh-oh. Somebody talk about something. Keep the conversation going.
I was taking a nap.
That's
There's
one
your
thing I
shocking to
didn't
no
get
one.
to do today. I wanted to.
Enjoy Nature Nate's 100% pure, raw, and unfiltered honey on anything needing a little natural sweetness. Morning coffee or tea, oatmeal granola, or as a butter for your sweetener and baked goods.
Somebody remind me the next time I say somebody keep the conversation going to exclude Alex. My finger was on the button, but I remembered I said I wouldn't put you in the waiting room tonight. Winter Mute, group created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby. Sorry, Mrs. K. Hold on, I'll let her know that.
What's the name? Anthony Francisco.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, ladies and Alex, or gentlemen and Alex. Here, come here.
He is designed by a
Yo, what? Are we gonna yo? Well, didn't realize we were gonna yo over YouTube, but okay. So I'm gonna open this link in a new tab somewhere, and it says Groot was created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby. Those are not Filipinos.
I would think not.
He was interviews. He was interviewed in there, and then he is the one who has the concept of his concept, the concept of this film.
No. And Vin Diesel is the voice, which, you know, the guy from the Fast and the Furious, all 12 of them.
Yeah.
That's the guy that does I Am Groot. That's who does that.
Yeah.
So that Filipino's putting one over on the country. I like him.
Who?
The guy that claims to be doing
Anthony.
Groot. He's got everybody fooled. He's okay in my book.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when you know. So okay, why don't you scroll? Why don't you put his name on and let's see what his achievement is? Anthony Francisco.
I'm gonna have all kind of eyes on this, so you better be careful. Not you guys. You guys can be normal. So
I can have normal.
you better be careful. So Groot is a character appearing in an American comic book published by Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby. So we're going to scroll down here until we see some Filipino name. Origins. Nope, that's not going to be it. Fictional character biography. Nope, that's not going to be it. Oh, no. Not looking too good for the Filipino. Oh, check this out. We go to Walmart today. We go to the one that's a mile and a half away from our house. As we're walking out, my lovely Asian wife goes, "Looks like it's Asian night at Walmart today."
Shut up.
You said that, not me.
Well, you know, because I've seen a lot of Asians outside in the parking lot.
Well, I wasn't disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that isn't it ironic that you're Asian?
Of course.
Okay.
So, what's your
So
problem?
I have not seen anything referencing Filipinos here
I
yet.
scroll on Anthony Francisco's
I don't
name.
think you're going
Where?
to.
Not on that search. On the search.
Up here?
Oh, yeah, on the search, yes.
Okay, so what's his name?
Anthony Francisco.
Lying Filipino. Anthony San Francisco?
Oh, yeah, San Francisco.
That's his name?
No,
Seriously?
just Francisco.
What is it?
Francisco.
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 Is this him
No,
right?
no,
He's
no.
dead, so it can't be him. You sure you got the right guy?
That's what I've seen.
I tell you what, if I don't get a lot of views on this show,
You
you're never
said
coming back.
Francisco. Huh? Oh, that's Anthony
No, no.
Francisco.
That's what you told me to put in.
Francisco. And you said Francisco. Where's the CO?
Francis.
CO.
Oh, you want a
Backwards.
CO on the back of that?
No,
Okay.
backwards more. CO. CIS. No, CIS.
CIS.
CO.
I thought that's what I put in
Yeah,
there.
nothing.
See, that don't even show nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, just go. You're ruining my
I
show.
don't know. I'll find it.
Oh,
It's
she
It's the Lorna show.
she said, "I'll find it."
Yeah. Okay.
She'll get on her phone and she'll find it. 3,
Yeah.
2, there we go. I didn't think there was any connection to the Filipinos on this one. Now,
Unless they were on one of the crews.
there might be a Filipino version of the Avengers, is what she's talking about. I don't know. I'll tell you the one that got me. That was Rocket Raccoon, because that's trying to think the guy Bradley Pitt does his voice, and I always found that to be interesting.
I'm sorry, Brett. Who?
Or not Bradley Pitt, Bradley Cooper.
Thank you. I was just going to say what. I thought I heard something that wasn't correct.
You did, Bradley
Okay.
Pitt. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
So you think I'll hear positive news from this interview, or do you think he'll just message me early Monday or
Oh.
Tuesday next week and say we don't want you?
I will have to listen to the conversation you sent me before I want to say anything. I have no idea. How do you think it went?
Well, good as it could have went. I mean, I explained everything, and he explained everything to me good as it could have went for a last minute interview. I mean, he sent me that message at 5 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
Invite for an interview at 5 o'clock this morning, and according to my emails, and
That's probably because he's in Puerto Rico. Slight time difference.
Beside him. A
That
clock.
that would be my guess. I don't know.
I noticed that because I noticed something was up, because when he messaged when I seen his message, he said 3 o'clock. But the calendar invite that he sent me said 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I knew he was on Eastern. And so I said, are you on Eastern Time? And he said he lives in Puerto Rico, so Puerto Rico must be on Eastern Time.
He is what?
I have no idea. I'm researching the thing again. Wintermute said there was the name Francisco somewhere. And I'm just searching, and that's what's showing up in place of the clocks.
Just do Control F.
Yeah, I could. That makes it too easy.
What is this guy trying to do in Vegas?
I don't know, Jeff. What are you trying to do in Vegas? Are you trying to do something?
Looking at some stuff on my computer while I'm listening to you guys.
No, whoever Williams got in the background said something. I'm just poking fun at you. Rick Lake said he won't be online for a while yet, and looks like he's got both computers opened up. I see a bunch of wires hanging out. I see a fan sitting on a desk.
Who's this?
Rick Lakes
Oh, okay.
is swapping motherboards
basically. He's taking that new mini PC apart already?
No.
Got a squirrel on his.
No. I think I saw Stealth. Oh, Live Windows Training. Doug Betts is in the house. Put a link into something. Let's go see what that's do. See, we are so turning into this. Now, is that going to... It did. So let me bring that over here so I don't interfere with that. Baby Groot is modeled after Francisco's son, Anthony Francisco, who's a Filipino heritage. So Doug did come up with something showing this. Modeled after. So are we nitpicking the word created and modeled? I guess it is two different things, is it not? By the way, welcome, Doug.
Yeah, that's our cat.
In case of Baby Groot, it was Francisco's young son who he modeled the character after. Okay, thanks, Doug. Cool. Stealth Mode's in there. Hi, Stealth Mode. Good to see you. BH Ringer's acknowledging that I am 3 minutes behind in DVR. I'm gonna have to start doing that myself. And wait for it to start, wait 5 minutes, and then watch it in DVR mode. Oh wait, certain people we can't watch that way. Hey, where's Chris at tonight? Oh, he didn't want to be put on the spotlight. That's what that's all about. So Stealth Mode is in Florida, and it's escaping me right now where in Florida he's at.
St. Augustine.
Thank you, Ken in Arkansas, for coming up with that answer for me. I appreciate that. We'll just say he's in Florida. We all know where Florida's at. Well, most of us know where Florida's at.
Yeah.
I would hope we know where Florida's at. We're struggling for material tonight, in case you couldn't tell.
It's a suburb of Maryland.
Just a tad bit outside Maryland, right?
Yeah.
Makes me think.
I think he said he's basically on an island all by himself. Out in the middle of a lake or something like that.
That'd suck. Well, Florida got the ocean on two sides. I guess technically you could think of it as an island. It's not. It's connected to Georgia, Alabama, and Louisiana. At least the last time I looked at a map, it was. At least I think I saw that it was. Chris lost his laptop cord again. St. Augustine, you are correct, Ken in Arkansas. Good job.
Needs to put a beeper on it.
Beep, beep, beep.
Just
Oh, one
remember,
of those clappers.
Ski Man says
Is
he's on.
advertised.
Do you what, William?
One of those clappers they use to advertise. You lost your car keys, you clap your hands.
I did. They have those for your keys now.
They used to show tax everything.
Apple AirTag is what BH Ringer is saying.
That's just what I thought of.
I actually have one of those clapper things somewhere. Brand new, never opened, still cellophane sealed. I'm waiting for it to go up in value, then I'm going to put it on eBay. I have no idea if it works or not.
Yeah.
So we got William Dawson's in Florida, Stealth Mode's in Florida, and Ski Man is in Florida.
Jesus.
Man, the EDT list just went up quite a bit. I'll have to start putting some fictitious names in these other time zones.
Could add me to a couple of them.
Yeah. Greg G, Eastern Daylight Time. Greg H, Mountain Daylight Time. Oh, funny. Suppose I could. So Stealth Mode's joined us on Zoom before. Speaking of joining us on Zoom. Oh, wait. Why is my Stream Deck not working? I don't want you guys to see the smoke coming out my ears while I try to think this through.
Check out that video I just posted in Zoom chat. It's a video of a guy that I watch plugging a clapper into a clapper into a clapper into a clapper.
And they all work?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. I am going to figure out my Stream Deck issue. I will be right back. I'm not going anywhere, but and please, somebody other than Sean in Arkansas, start a conversation.
I would, but I'm taking a nap.
I'm trying to edit some script files. My poor brain won't work on more than one thing at once.
And don't try to do two things at the same time.
Yep.
I didn't sleep with a damn last night. Went to bed at 3, tossed and turned till 10 after 5, got up, made coffee, watched TV for a couple hours, and finally about 11:30, I fell asleep on the couch.
That would drive me insane.
I'm gonna take a ZQL tonight. Anybody see that movie Crisis with Gary Oldman? I'd seen that once before. I remembered it about halfway through it. That was pretty good.
Let's see who's.
Hi, I'm Alex Cheak from Arizona. I heard that
Oh, brilliant.
You're talking, Ken, but I don't see any. I don't hear anything.
Oh,
Well,
that explains why he didn't hear me say hello, Alex in Arizona. And then I
what did
said,
you do? Put him in the waiting room, Jim?
no,
I
I
didn't-
put him in the waiting room. I'm sitting here dying to put someone in the waiting room, and I told you I wouldn't put you in the waiting room tonight. So when Alex in Arizona joined, guess what? He got to go to the waiting room.
And so I have to make them turn on. Hence the name. It's pretty cool, and they still make them to.
Welcome back, Alex in Arizona.
You put me in the waiting room, and I ain't coming back.
Well, uh-oh, did I put him back in the waiting room? I did. Wrong button. I went to do something else. Okay, that time was an accident, Sean. I did not mean to put you in the waiting room. First time I did. Hang on.
Cheer up there, Sean.
All right, now that we've got our names properly.
Alex is laughing at me. Put him in there too, just for good measure.
I'm not putting Alex in there tonight. That's I've got that I've subcontracted that responsibility out to someone. I've got the timer. Oh damn, the timer don't even work now either. What is going on? Oh, I think the power failure really screwed things up. So hold on, Jim, before you put him in the waiting room. Let me make sure I can get the timer working. Be right back again.
Oh, Jim's shaking his head like, oh, I can't wait for this.
30, 29, 28.
Okay, it's back.
Oh, timer works.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
regular cardboard, which is what this.
Oh,
Alex.
now he's really asking to go. Now you're pushing it, Alex.
Did we not, Sean, in Arkansas, have a conversation like not even 2 days ago about when you intentionally do that?
Yes.
So why in God's green name would you do that?
Bye, Alex.
just to mess with you.
Thank you. I will start the timer.
30.
How many times has he been in the waiting room before I got here?
None. I've honestly not put him in there tonight.
24, 23, 22,
Jim's asking
21,
because he's going to leave him in there for 30
19,
minutes.
18, 17,
I will start
16,
the tally sheet.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
The question
7,
is,
6,
how long will he
5,
stay in there if I don't
4,
bring him back in
3, 2, 1.
He'll probably leave and then he'll come back in another name. Oh, now his camera's off. Huh. He came back and turned his camera off.
He can't get
Oh.
back in now. If he can't hold out for 30 seconds, then
30,
of course, then again, I'm not real sure I have the
28,
patience to do things in
27,
30 seconds
26,
either. The
25,
timer has the same
24,
cadence as the
23,
one that the
22,
Japanese space
21,
agency
20,
uses.
19,
I don't know. I just
18, 17,
I downloaded
16,
it from YouTube.
15, 14, 13,
I think
12,
that was Photomix
11,
Media and maybe
10,
Jeff and I that did that
9, 8,
on Zoom
7, 6,
Oh,
5,
day or two ago.
4,
that couple a
3,
couple days ago.
2,
Yeah.
And then I
1.
still got to get with Jose. He said something about me using a photograph that he sent or a picture he sent me, and I don't. He sent me a link. The background actually came from the link he sent me.
30,
It's the
29,
Matrix,
28,
but I don't recall him sending me
26,
a
25,
actual
24,
picture.
23, 22, 21,
If he
20,
did,
19,
I've
18,
spaced it.
17, 16,
Oh, he's
15,
back.
14, 13, 12,
Still
11,
with no camera.
10,
Probably on
9,
his phone.
8, 7,
Stop me.
What do you mean Alex isn't happy with his partner in the waiting room?
3, 2,
Oh, wow, look at that
1.
cat. That cat is sleeping. What?
Oh, that's what we were gonna. That's what we were gonna test tonight. Is the breakout room. I did want to.
He
test
don't
that.
like it when I try to mess with him.
You know, Alex, pretty soon you're gonna mess with him too much after he asks you not to do something, and you're just gonna be gone for good.
You'll join that list. And then you and Joshy can get together and go, oh, I don't want to get divorced. I need 2 volunteers.
Oh,
Since no one's
Yeah.
stepping up,
I'll volunteer. What the hell?
well, give me a minute. I guess I have to create it first.
Done with my little task, so I'm ready for a new adventure.
Well, hopefully this new adventure will bring you back.
Well, Ken promised there was going to be some good-looking dancing girls in this new room.
I don't see where I can put a background in there, actually. It will automatically close after a certain period of time. And why can't I?
Now, if the breakout room closes, do you go back in the regular meeting or you just get kicked out?
Let's find out. I'm going to
I think you go back in the
assign you
regular
to
meeting.
room 1, Jeff.
We played with this once upon a time, didn't we? Yeah,
I
I sort of
thought
remember.
we did.
We did.
Did. Okay, so now
It's saying Ken is inviting you to join room 1.
then join that for me, please.
Okay, I went to the room. Then I was able to pick whether to leave the meeting or go back to the main meeting.
So that's
I seem to recall playing with this one other time.
yeah, they've
You can
changed
have-
it since we've last messed with it because
It's been a couple of months or something.
every bit of that, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
said
close
when you
all
put
the
me in
wait.
there,
There are no more waiting rooms. Although it's still showing that you and Sean are both in the one room I created.
Shouldn't be showing me there.
It shouldn't be showing
It
Sean
said
either
leave.
because he's right here in the main Zoom.
all I had to do was like leave the break room, and I'm back in the regular
Right.
zone.
Right, but
You can go back to the main meeting or you can leave everything.
let me close that and see what happens. Breakout rooms. Now it's still showing you guys are in there, even though I know you're not. And there's no. I can recreate, add a room, or open all rooms. Interesting. They've made some changes to it. Yeah, it's just something else I'm not ever going to use.
That's because it's designed for if you had a Zoom meeting with 100 people in it.
Oh, yeah, I understand its purpose. And they probably have someone way smarter than I am. Oh, here we go. So now if I delete this, now it's gone. Now you can't go back into it. It doesn't exist any longer.
Oh, I didn't have any choice to go back by myself once I came back to the main meeting. I didn't see any option.
Hey guys, hopefully I'm in.
Hey, Stealth.
Hey, good to see everyone.
It's about time you join. You
I
got
apologize, man.
you got an outstanding late fee to pay Ken.
So,
He's here all the time.
Jeff, did you have to acknowledge that you wanted to go in the waiting room, or did it move you over there automatically?
Well, you set it up, and then there was a button said to join the breakout.
Yeah,
room.
I thought
And
when
I
we
clicked
did this,
on that and I went there. Okay, now. Here's the button. You want me to show the screen?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because before when we were doing this, I could just throw you guys over into the waiting room.
Now can you see the?
Oops.
No,
Is
we
it
see a
showing
blue
any-
screen with Aorus doing something.
Okay, in the middle of that is the little thing that says Ken is inviting you to join room 1, but
Yeah, it's. I
for
think.
some reason it's not showing.
Yeah.
I think what Ken and Stealth Mode just went in that room.
I'm still here.
Okay, now if I click the join, I'll go there. And also a button that says not now.
Okay, now let me see who's in the room. Should tell me who's actually in that room. It looks like Alex is in there, Sean is in there, Jim is in there, and Stealth Mode is in there. Now, how do they get back? Now, my guess is they cannot hear our conversation.
That's right, but there's a button, and when I clicked on that, I had a choice of going back to this main meeting or screen, whatever you call it, or leaving everything and just grabbing all my marbles and going home, so to speak.
Right.
Hold on. Y'all still there?
Yeah. Did it kick you
Oh
back?
crap! We didn't escape quick enough.
Did it kick you back automatically, or did you just rejoin?
I had to click join, or no. I think it said, yeah, I did it automatically. I think it said, because it said you're rejoining, and I didn't have time to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it did it automatically.
Photo Mix Media. Okay, so were you guys?
So what did you do? Close the room, Ken?
I closed the room.
Okay.
So while you were in the
Prior to that-
waiting room, could you still hear our conversation?
No. No, negative.
Photo Mix Media says that you can actually.
If you maybe have it set up that way, but when we were in there, we were in our own room. We didn't hear you guys at all. Yeah.
I'm in my, there we go. I'm in my room in my house. Laconic. Yes, exactly. We were talking about. All right, so I'm gonna.
How dare you close? Hey, Ken, how dare you close that room? We were having a good conversation in there. Something that we didn't want you to hear about, so we were in that room talking.
I missed it.
Well, Alex in Arizona, I being the host, guess what? I'm privileged to everything, including your conversation in the waiting room.
Number one.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even 480p. Why am I so low?
I think they're already.
Options.
I'm getting
going to go to
16 frames a
options.
second, and I'm 320p.
Okay, so option number one is allow participants to choose a room, unchecked. Allow participants to return to the main session at any time, checked. Automatically move all assigned participants into breakout rooms, unchecked. Automatically move all selected participants in the breakout rooms to the main meeting, unchecked. Breakout rooms close automatically after 30 minutes, unchecked. Notify me when time is up, unchecked. Countdown after closing breakout room is currently set to 60 seconds. Automatically assign. Okay, I'm going to see what that does.
Ken, I was saying the breakout room would be something that would be useful. Say you want to go to bed, but you want to leave it open for 30 minutes for everybody else to finish talking or whatever, and everybody would just switch over there automatically when you got done. That's what it'd be good for. And then it would only stay up for like 30 minutes. And go, okay, yeah, that's it. You know,
that's true.
That's kind of what I would see that useful for, because a lot of people do that where they'll turn off the room, but if we stay on camera, it'll stay on indefinitely in some places.
Yeah, I'm not
like
picking on any. I'm not picking on anybody here. I just want to see something. Okay, so I physically put them in the waiting room. I want to see
waiting room or breakout room.
Waiting room. Or wait a minute. Oh, it is the waiting room. Wrong. Damn it.
You're going to start giving people complexes. You know that, right?
I know that, huh? Well, that experiment failed horribly. Let me try this.
I didn't hear. I came up, was like waiting. It was said waiting for you to admit me is what it was saying.
Yeah, I put
he sent you to the waiting room instead of the breakout room.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That was my mistake. So it used to be you could click on the 3 dots and put people in the breakout room. You no longer have that option. I don't like that.
Well, here's something that will delight you. Even in the breakout room, I could have put Alex in the waiting room.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so funny. Alex looks pissed on that one. He's like, oh man. Oh.
Wow, just Brian and I. So
Where are we at?
you and I are on Zoom, and I think everybody abandoned and went over to the waiting room or the breakout room. And I think he's going to further put Alex into the waiting room. I think.
Ken, guess what?
What? Well, now I've got the show all to myself. I shouldn't be interrupted. Interesting, Greg. I have first cousin and uncle, both Navy, all by myself. 10cc, was it not? I believe all by myself was 10cc from the 70s. Okay, you're back. No, not yet. Now you're back.
You never have all the power.
Well, I don't know if by what I set that to, if they can get back in or not. Let me make a slight change. No, they should be able to. How do I get them to come back from the waiting room? Everybody's in the wait. The smart asses are ever talking about me. Now here's something interesting. I, as the host, cannot join the waiting room. It says Brian Lightfoot, not joined, unassigned. Alex is there. Sean is there. Jeff is there. Stealth mode is there. Let me see if I can do this.
So who's the co-host?
Jim.
But he's in the waiting room?
And he's in the waiting room, yeah. The thing is, I'm trying to see.
Whatever changes that you made, I couldn't put him in the waiting room.
The waiting room. That would have been hilarious. We'd all put each other in the waiting room.
No, I don't think
They almost
anybody,
have the same
I don't think
followers.
just anybody could have done that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
you're
As a
right.
co-host.
Okay. I saw the participants and I didn't try clicking on it. I didn't have time.
Oh,
He switched us.
I can broadcast a message or I can broadcast my voice to the waiting room. That's interesting. All right, let me change what I changed.
Sorry, everyone. We're his guinea pig. His guinea pig.
No worries. I don't have any words. Yeah, that's cool. I don't mind. It's how we learn, man. How we learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard to teach the older dogs here new tricks,
That's true. Hey, I'm one of the older dogs, man.
Now, when I
you know,
close
yeah.
the waiting room, it says all participants will be given 60 seconds. I don't think anyone's left over there.
Waiting room or breakout?
Breakout. Okay, I only made one change, so I'm going to change that back.
Where did, oh, never mind. Never mind.
Well, that change shouldn't have done. The change I made should not have affected you guys not being able to come back. It had nothing to do with that. So let's see what happens now.
Well, we didn't have an option to come back. All we had an option to do was leave the meeting.
All right, whoever wants to join over, go ahead and jump over to the breakout room. Brian, I get the feeling they don't like us tonight. What do you think? Now, I'm going to try something.
Did I miss something? How do I join the breakout room?
Hello, breakout room. I'd like to know when you come back to the main Zoom if you can hear my voice. Thank you. Brian, you should be able to join the breakout room now.
Oh, you actually got to send me an invite?
I don't think I do.
Like,
now, I really may have just screwed
From
this
the
up.
bottom menu.
I am in the breakout room. Check that out. Now Brian's over there by himself.
In the main,
Sorry,
in the main
Brian.
session.
The question I have is, can anybody hear the audio from this room on Zoom?
I don't
I'm-
know.
No.
Let's find that out. Zoom can hear me because I'm broadcasting on OBS. For anyone watching the current stream, can you
Yes,
hear
you can.
the people in the YouTube? And go.
Yes, you can. I
Well,
just
we'll
muted Zoom and unmuted YouTube, and you can hear the break room there. So
Yes.
Yeah, the break room's in YouTube right now, it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's because
been
Ken is there,
verified.
maybe.
Okay, I'll be
Okay.
right back. I got to go let Brian know that we're not abandoning him.
Interesting.
So, Brian, if you're here, and Alex is back, like musical room, Brian is here. So you should
Brian is, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I should be able to what?
you should be able to join the breakout room.
Well, but only when I saw you sent me an invite.
Yeah, Ken, when you left the breakout room, it left the stream because that's following you.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute. I see it. I see it.
Because you're the one that's got the OBS and all that associated with what you're doing. I'm assuming that's why.
Right.
Yeah, that's
We're-
why, because he's the
So,
one broadcasting.
okay, everybody go to the breakout room. We're going to try something here.
All right.
Please.
Got to give us the option again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have an option. All I got is leave meeting now.
Me either. I don't have an option either.
So you got to make Alex and I got to give us another option somehow.
Working on it. Hang on. I clicking on your name. I'm clicking on your names and nothing's happening. Should click on your three dots and see if the option's in there.
Nope.
Because you and Alex both say not joined. When I click on your dot, nothing happens.
We were there and then came back. See?
Right, hang on.
Oh, I got it. It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom. It's one of the options on the bottom next to record.
Oh, under more it says join breakout room. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
all right.
so I'm gonna go join the breakout room and go from there. Okay,
that's
so
where the YouTube will be.
Right. So everyone's here again except for Brian. Now the question is, can Brian hear this on the Zoom if he's not watching YouTube?
Probably not.
Probably
No,
not.
I would say no.
Now, I also know if I come over here to OBS and click on this button right there, you guys can say anything. They cannot hear you right now. They can hear me, but they can't hear you. Even though okay, let's go top to bottom, starting with stealth. Say something. Now, interesting enough, William Dawson's camera's not on in the breakout room. That's weird. So, Jeff, you were saying when I leave, what happens? Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. I think I understand what you're saying. Ah, I see what they're saying. I'll be right back, Brian. This is worse than musical chairs. Now, how do I join the breakout room? To the breakout room. Yeah, so watch. Right, that's what they were just pointing out to me. So I'm going to join it. Okay, I'm back. And
Okay.
yes,
It's
I
just, my
verified what you
machine's
just
so
said.
so
That
slow.
the Zoom follows me. And now you guys are going to hear yourself because I unmuted OBS. So we all know how chaotic that can be, right, Alex?
We all know how chaotic.
Right, Ken.
Right, Alex.
Now I'm going to test one quick thing here. I'm going to see what happens when I do this. Oh.
But
Well, obviously that was the wrong thing to hit. Let's see what this does. So is breakout room still running?
No,
No.
you ended the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I actually thought I moved off of it, but apparently I did not. So Ken hit the wrong button. Yes, I did. Unfortunately. Yeah, we have to rejoin Zoom, please. That was my bad. That was my mistake. I did that.
well, we kind of figured.
Here 1 minute, gone the next. Blame it on Ken. Wait, he did it.
Blame it on Ken. Wait, he did it.
Operator error.
Oh, big time. But it gives you the option. It gives you the option to shut down the waiting room for everyone, which is what I clicked. But apparently that killed the entire meeting. So I'll have to look into that a little bit more in depth. Uh-oh, Greg's not coming back. He's probably already.
There we go. I'm back.
He's
I was
probably
able to come back
asleep.
simply by going back. I just went back arrow twice and I came right back in.
Really?
That was cool. Yeah.
I had to rejoin.
I just went back and I was back. I went back and then joined. Yeah.
Well, I had to restart Zoom, so that was on me. I screwed that up. So we won't mess with waiting room no more, or breakout room no more tonight. And wow, we are 8 minutes away from 2 hours tonight. What? You guys are going to pray for the power to go out more often, aren't you? Power goes out, 2 hour stream. I got to make up for that lost hour and a half or whatever it was.
When did you lose power, Ken?
The power went out about 7:40. And it came back on about 9:27.
Okay, it's not bad.
Which was not, well, we had gotten a text from the electric company that said power wouldn't be restored until 12:30 a.m. tomorrow. Ooh. And that was going to suck. Brian says, help, I can't see. Put your glasses on. If you can't see, put your glasses on. No? That's kind of good to get a 2 hour stream in. Beginning to feel like someone I know that's got 35 plus years of experience. Be right back.
Uh-oh.
Anybody but Alex, please keep the conversation going.
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, Ken has to fix one little thing, but I'll wait for him to get back.
Well, I can start the conversation off with this. Today was my kid's birthday, and I have two kids. They both have the same birthday on the same day, 6 years apart.
So they're twins?
No, they wanted a 10 million chance of that happening.
Well, if you said today is their birthday,
correct?
Yeah,
that means they were born today.
Right, both of them on the same day, same day of the week, 6 years
twins.
apart.
He's
One is
being
9,
picky.
one is 14 or 15. Excuse
It's
me.
birthday anniversary, not birthday. If you want to be picky.
Oh, okay, birthday anniversary. Forgive me.
That went
Birthday
right over his head. Yeah, went right over his head. He'd catch on sooner or later.
Nuance. Yeah, words. Nuance of words.
Well, we never say it that way. We always say it's your birthday.
That's true. In other countries, it is anniversary, birthday anniversary. So people know the place
Well,
to say
and
that.
in some Asian countries, they count you a year old when you're born, even though it's not quite a year for gestation.
Right. You've been hiding in the womb for 9 months to a year.
Yep. Yeah, my daughter's about to get her learner's permit, man. I'm gonna have to start teaching her how to drive. Lord help me.
Your insurance is going to double.
Oh man, yeah. Well, we're gonna get her ID first. She wants to go to work, like at Winn-Dixie or something like that. She wants to get out and do something. So I told her I would drive her for now, and then because she's kind of scared to drive, she's not really interested in it. It's
15?
interesting. She's 15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
Yeah, she turned 15 today. Yeah. So we got to get her ID and all that now.
Well, she can't work until she's 16, can she?
In Florida, she can work at 15 part-time. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As long as it's daytime, part-time, something like that. 15 hours a week, I think, some max, something like that.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I worked in a grocery store just on the weekends, and I worked 11-hour days. Couldn't do that now.
Yeah, it's more like 4-hour days is all they work. They just change people often.
Yeah.
Just don't let her start with her first job at a McDonald's or any fast food place, because they work their asses off. They come home smelling like grease and grime, and that just takes the whole worth ethic out of anybody.
Well, I wouldn't wish that on anybody in a fast food restaurant. I worked in a professional restaurant, and even that is rough.
Yeah.
Okay, what have I got to change, Jim? You've got my full attention.
Well, there's a minor little thing that you have to change. I'm going to give you a little bit to figure it out.
Oh, Lord, is it on the stream? What?
No, it's on Zoom.
It's on Zoom.
Yes, there's a minor thing you have to change.
Please.
For me.
I know. Like I said, oh please. You're talking about that?
Yes, I'm talking about that.
Now, did we determine you can only have one co-host? Have we experimented with that yet?
I don't think we have. I don't know that that's going to work. I could be wrong. You could try.
There's actually 2 co-hosts right now.
Right.
How do you tell participants?
Yeah, look at participants.
Okay.
I see now. There is 2 co-hosts.
There's 3 people that can put me in the waiting. There's 3 people that can put me in the waiting room: Brian, Jim, or Ken.
Wrong.
I was going to say, I see a new menu
there
on
should
my
be 4 people
Zoom.
that can put you in the waiting room.
Oh. Nice to see you, Alex.
That's mean, man.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
The round robin of Alex going in the waiting room. Bye, Alex.
So what you're saying is everybody.
Watch my hands, Alex. Watch my hands. Bye, Alex. Bye. Bye. See you later. One of you co-hosts throw him in the waiting room, please. Bye.
This is me. You can make everybody.
Good Lord, I got to do it myself. Hold on. Jesus Christ, I'm saying bye, Alex. You guys are like, what's he talking about? Bye, Alex. That means when I say bye, Alex, and my hands are here, that means one of the 4 co-hosts put him in the waiting room.
I muted his mic when you said bye.
Did you really?
Yes.
And you muted me too.
No, I did not. I did not mute you.
Somebody did.
I put you in the waiting room. Okay.
Who would do that?
Yeah, you owe me one, Alex.
So now, in addition to moderators on YouTube, now we can have 17 co-hosts on Zoom, and oh hell, will that get fun? Now, can a co-host mute, obviously, another participant?
Can a co-host?
Probably,
yeah. Can a co-host mute a co-host?
Well, I have the option.
How are you?
I'm pretty sure.
So what you're saying is, Ken, this is all in an effort to get everybody else on here to be a co-host, so that y'all all can have the ability to put me in the waiting room.
Am I being shown as a host because when you muted me, it said the host has muted you? That would be Jim.
That would be interesting because it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't do it.
Said you did.
Okay, I'm gonna.
No, you're still shown as a host, Ken.
Okay, I see you as a host, but I've got a mute button. You want me to try it?
Try it. Yeah, somebody just muted me. I'm muted.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, Jeff is host now. Yeah, co-host says.
Let's leave it that way.
Well, because he's host, he can unmute it.
Somebody muted Ken, or did Ken mute himself?
No, co-host can mute. A co-host can mute the host. That's a hell of a deal.
And the real host cannot put a co-host in the waiting room. Brian, you were on your way to the waiting room.
Well, let me ask, Ken, let me ask you. I tried to click on a button that said "Ask to unmute."
It got
Did you
it
see any?
right, and then it pops up and says the
Okay,
host.
it wasn't obvious that it had asked you or not.
It did, yeah. I was
All right.
in the process of trying to throw. Wow, when you're a co-host, you cannot be put in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Well, never make Alex a co-host.
Oh, you kidding me? That's
Will
playing
never
with fire.
go in the
He
waiting
shoots,
room.
he scores. This is kind of
That's
good
playing
to
with
learn.
Does Alice have a couch in the waiting room right now?
No.
What's been there?
Do what?
Does Alice have a couch and sit down in there? And
No,
the
not
waiting-
yet. Zoom's working on it. I put the request in.
He can't do nothing but laugh. We're all picking on him, and he can't do nothing but just sit there and laugh and smile. That's a good guy, Alex. You can take all this bull crap
And I find it surprising that a co-host can lock the meeting where no one else can join.
Really?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Demonstrate,
click-
please.
I click on it now and a little window opens, says you have locked the meeting. No one else can join.
where did you find that?
Under security,
Oh, okay.
if you're a co-host,
Right, right. Oh, and you can enable the waiting room.
yeah. Now,
if
can
it's not
anyone else,
already there?
unlock the meeting? In other words, remove the check mark?
Okay, I
If
wonder-
you're a co-host
I'm
or the
gonna-
host,
I don't even
yes.
see the
yeah.
check mark.
just
I guess
did it.
not.
I'm going
I
to
just
try
did it.
something, and if I
No, it says I have locked it. Nobody else can join. He didn't unlock it.
I
right,
just unlocked it.
okay, go ahead and relock it.
Okay, who do you want to relock it?
Any of the co-hosts, it doesn't matter who. I just want it to be locked.
Okay, now it says I locked it.
Okay, so I'm going to push this button, and I want to see what happens. If it disconnects, I will restart Zoom. Just saying. Oh, wow, I do not want to do that.
Now, I still
Like
have
ban
the lock
everyone, the
meeting
ban,
thing
the
up
ban all
there.
button. Yeah.
Okay, it says suspend
I
all
don't have an
participants.
option to unlock, I don't think.
You should. If you can lock it, you can unlock it.
Yeah, I don't
I've
see this button.
accident.
Of course, I don't
One
have
time
that.
one time I was doing an interview that they were doing over Zoom, and they put us on the waiting room, and I made the mistake of leaving the waiting room before actually joining the meeting. I made the mistake of leaving the waiting room, and then when I tried to come back into the waiting room, it said the host has locked the meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
we've done
now
that before. So
I see a bar, it says lock meeting, and it already has the check mark.
okay, it's unlocked right now. I unlocked it.
Okay, well then,
So go ahead and relock it.
okay.
Okay, hang on.
Now, when I look at it again, it still has the check mark. I don't see
Just click
anything.
on click on lock meeting and it should go away.
You have unlocked, okay.
Right. So
All right.
if you lock it, it says
All right.
so the meeting is locked. Now see if you can unlock me locking the meeting. See if the co-host can unlock the meeting.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. So I can see some good things having one, maybe two co-hosts. Let me end the stream. We're at 2 hours.
I thought we had discussed a while back that there's only one thing that the co-host can't do. That the host can do.
Obviously, that was wrong.
What was I trying to remember what we thought that was? Keep us in suspense, Alex. We don't want to know.
Well, I mean, you can if
Now
you
can
cut
put
the
it-
meeting, if you end the meeting for everybody, you're the only one that can restart it because you have the credentials.
Well, that's
Nobody
always
else
that's
does.
always that way. Always.
Okay,
that
I
has not
assume-
changed from day one. That
I
is-
assume. Go ahead.
that has I'm going to demonstrate. I'll be right back. So this has been kind of fun. We're a little over 2 hours unintentionally. I don't know who's all on the stream. It's actually been fun learning this. I'm going to see who is watching or who is not watching the stream in the Zoom. And I'm going to join back right about now. And I'm going to have a little bit more fun with Alex. I may let the stream go a little bit longer. Thank you, Tony. Thank you,
So
Winter.
there's a pecking order to
Thing that
this.
says enable waiting room.
So
Okay, well,
Ken
here
would have
comes
to see.
Ken anyway.
Oh, so Ken's back,
Right. And I'm.
but he,
Go
Now
ahead.
he's the co-host. I'm showing. Jeff's the host.
Right. Jeff is still the host. Now, when
Yeah.
I reclaim the host, do you guys lose your co-hosting privileges?
did.
Yeah, he
no,
did.
I got
did.
mine.
Jeff
The
Yeah,
will.
others didn't.
Jeff will, because he was the quote
Host.
host.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Right.
That makes
But
sense.
The co-host stayed.
Jim is
The
still
host-
co-host and Brian is still co-host.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
I'm going to do one more test. I need a volunteer, Alex.
Well, I guess I'm being voluntold then.
Call it what you want. I appreciate you volunteering,
That's
So-
the military. I appreciate
go
you
ahead and
volunteering
leave.
for service.
and I need you to count to 65 by fives after you leave.
In other words,
Do you need
Count-
some help leaving?
count to 13.
I need one of the co-hosts to lock the meeting, please. Now he can hear it on the stream. I'm not hiding anything from him.
Got it.
Okay, so now we'll see if he can get back in. I just
I
picked-
see another dangerous button down there. As a co-host, I can mute all.
Go ahead. We might as well
Mute us all.
experiment.
All right, let's.
And you can unmute all, right? No. Jim,
You can still unmute.
Jim, are you muted? Yeah, now he is.
Now you have to unmute yourself is all I could do. I took that
Okay,
off.
I unmuted and then I got
Thank
muted
you.
again.
I couldn't breathe. Thanks, man. Thanks.
So you don't, Brian, you don't have an unmute button to unmute everybody?
I clicked on the same button again that said mute all, thinking it would toggle it. But instead a Windows opens up and says, now the participants can unmute themselves.
Yeah, so I didn't know until I clicked on it. It said unmute. That unmute wasn't there until you did that, and then I was like, oh, okay, now I can unmute myself. Okay.
And that's
Thank you.
weird. Brian didn't get muted.
Well,
I
he
thought
no,
everybody just muted us and not him.
correct. If I do the same thing, I won't be muted either because I'd
Right.
be,
Well,
I'd be the host. But I'm pretty sure
this makes-
I have the option to
Guess who's
unmute.
back? Guess who that option did not work?
It did work, Sean.
Yeah, it worked. But I kept when it said host has locked the meeting. I just kept hitting the button like 3 or 4 or 5 times, and eventually
Yeah, it worked because Wintermute said unable to join this meeting. So I knew it worked.
The mute deal makes sense because this is the way the business meetings are run. If you have even like we have 9 participants and you can tell it gets into a little bit of chaos at some time.
Yes.
If you're in a business meeting, the host or the boss of that meeting, he's going to mute everybody's mic. He doesn't want everybody flapping their jaws at once. So he's going to mute everybody mic, and I presume that they're going to use the raise the hand gesture that's down on the menu saying they want something to say, and he'll unmute their mic, allowing them to speak.
Can he
One-
unmute them or just ask them to unmute?
you can ask them to unmute, but
No, up on where it says participants, you can see their individual microphones and they can unmute them.
Right.
Like-
So I'm going to experiment. Okay. I'm not going to do it just yet. Brian, when you mute everybody, is there a box that pops up that says allow them to unmute themselves?
Only if I hit it the second time. Okay, I'm going to hit the mute all. So everybody's going to get muted except me, I think. Here we go. Mute all.
I'm not muted.
Ah,
Now we're muted.
I see. As part of the window that opens up, now you can all hear me, correct?
Yeah.
As part of the window that opens up when I go to mute everybody, there's another checkbox. It says allow participants to unmute themselves. I can turn that on or off.
Right. And somewhere in here,
If you uncheck that, it means nope.
Now, just unmute yourself one by one.
Check.
that was good.
Well, that goes along with what you said about the business meetings. They could set it so you couldn't unmute yourself.
Right. They would uncheck that box.
Right.
And
So
you'd have to
go
raise
ahead,
your hand.
go ahead and
Brian's
mute,
right about that.
mute me.
I've been in some business meetings. You have to raise your hand before you can speak. He's
Right.
right
Go
about
ahead and
that.
somebody mute me.
Ken is now muted. Can you unmute yourself now, Ken?
He's got his hand raised. I see.
No, I'm clapping.
No, he's applauding.
Oh, I see the hand thing in the participants.
Yes,
That's a
I
different-
can unmute myself.
All right, now let's do this one more time.
Why not?
He's supposed to.
I'm going to mute all, but I'm going to uncheck that box.
Okay.
Where you will not be able to unmute yourself. Here we go. Mute all, uncheck. Now, I assume you can all hear me.
I
Try
can
and
hear you and
unmute
I can
yourself.
talk to you.
Why did? Yeah, but you're the host. Apparently, that's the only exception. That's an exception to the rule.
Maybe co-host have that option as well.
Now,
Yes,
anyone-
hosts have the option.
Right. So Jeff,
yeah,
you
can
should
anyone
be-
else unmute themselves?
Greg can't, Sean can't, William
they're
can't,
saying
and
no.
Alex can't. Alex is going.
I'll have to check that back in again. Now you can unmute yourself. Thank you for being our participant. There will be a check for $50 in the mail to each one of you, payable from Ken Stout.
Awesome.
Josh,
I'll give him
Kinder.
address, man. Hang on.
Look what Wintermute just popped up on his, a no smoking sign.
It's trying to say no.
And there was no option to unmute at that point. That
It kept telling me I can't unmute unless the host or the co-host changes it.
I presume that would be the way a business meeting would be
Right.
run that has a significant number of participants in it.
So I have play sound when someone joins, yet Wintermute snuck in and there was no notification, no bell, no nothing. Interesting. So if I'm around Saturday and if Tim allows me to, I'm going to ask Doug how he mutes everybody and then he unmutes everybody. Somehow I know the host can do that. I just am not
Well,
smart enough to do it.
I think he uses, if you open up the participants panel,
Right?
you'll see their name and the hierarchy in there, who's the host and who's the co-host.
Right.
But you also have the microphone on each one of those.
Right.
You can click that and mute them or unmute them just one at a time if you wish.
I know this for a fact. If somebody has their video turned off, you cannot turn their video back on.
Oh, I thought you could. I thought the host could do that.
Even as the host, you
You can
cannot
ask
turn
them
their
to, but you can ask them to, but they have to
You
do it
can't. Oh,
themselves.
okay, right. You can ask them to
Like-
turn it on. You're right. You
Just like they
cannot
can-
turn it back on. You're right. You are correct.
You mean,
So I'm gonna try something here. I need one of the co-hosts to start talking
like that?
and to keep talking.
Okay. Well,
So
yeah,
can
so he's
Brian,
muted.
if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so he can hear us, but he can't. Now, can you unmute yourself?
He should be able to.
I would think so.
But
Yeah. He
now
can.
my video's turned off, but since he did it, I can't turn it back on unless he allows me to.
You should be able to turn it back on now. Any one of the three of us can ask you to do it.
Yeah, we can just
You know
stop
what?
your
Here, let's try
your video.
something. I'm just gonna test the heck out of this real quick. So, Jeff, you no longer are a co-host, correct?
yes, that's correct.
Okay. Temporarily, Jim is not a co-host, and temporarily, Brian is not a co-host. So that should mean there are no co-hosts. Okay.
We got no power?
Just for a second. Okay,
Just
Alex,
two
turn
of
your
us.
camera off. Now, can anybody ask him to turn it back on, or only I can do that?
The only option I have when I click on him is pin. That's it.
Pin.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now
chat and pen. I can chat with him, I think. Through the chat, I guess.
through the chat you could. All right, so one at a time. Now, Jim, see if you can ask him to turn his camera back on.
Well, he can hear you.
Hang on.
Yeah, but I don't want, if he can hear me, I don't want him to turn it back on. I just want to see if Jim now has that option.
Yeah, there's an ask, yes.
Okay, so.
But it's not like I can actually turn it on.
Oh, no, I know that. So, Jeff, you should have the same option now. And Brian, you should have the same option now.
He's getting
Right.
it on now.
Let's see if this works.
So, Alex, when your camera was off, you could still hear me, right?
Right.
So when
Well,
I said
thought the
don't
same
turn
thing
your
was-
camera on, did your sound bar suddenly go out again?
No.
So why is your camera on? I don't know if he did that or I did that. I clicked on stop.
I
video.
did that.
He
Okay,
did it.
so Alex, let's make sure
Only
we
one that can.
understand plain English. When you're asked, do not start your camera. Okay?
Okay.
I don't want to get divorced. All right, one of the co-hosts, see if you can get him to not turn his camera on.
Yeah, I asked him.
Ask to start video is all we get.
That's a
Yeah,
good, yeah,
that's
right.
all.
That's okay. So actually, that's a good safety feature because can you imagine if someone stops their video and let's say they're redressing themselves and all of a sudden you had the ability
The
turn
camera
their
comes
video
back
back on?
Yeah.
I thought that you could only. I thought that the same rules apply to muting and unmuting. I thought that the host could mute everybody, but they can only ask everybody to unmute. They couldn't
Yeah,
actually
that's true.
unmute though.
Right. That makes sense. I have one question. As a host or co-host, when you click on the camera icon for anybody, there's another option on there, spotlight for everyone. What the hell is that?
It's what makes it bigger.
Pins him for everybody.
Oh, that's when you talk. That if you're like in gallery
Take
view,
the whole screen.
So when
it'll
you
go full screen.
spotlight,
Yeah.
when you put
Yeah.
spotlight for everybody,
You're spotlighted, Ken.
I am spotlighted and
Smile to the camera.
right. However, there's a way that you can do this to when stealth mode starts talking.
check,
he is,
check.
he
1,
is
2.
spotlighted, but it's so
Yeah.
whoever made that quick change, it was there and then it was gone.
I did that.
Okay,
You
so
can
go
set
ahead
it
and
to speaker.
spotlight.
Set
Okay,
your view
when
to
you go to
speaker.
view, it can be set to speaker.
It's whoever's talking.
Like this. But you have to do
just-
that
just for you, though.
individually, right?
That's just for you,
you're
though.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
So you can't do that across the board for everybody.
It's not.
That too would be dangerous. I
Oh,
like
so-
gallery.
If I spotlight somebody, they're the only ones that I see on the screen, correct?
But
I
but
believe
that
so.
applies to everybody.
So
what does-
spotlight somebody and let's see.
Oh, no, it says for everybody. All right. Here's
But
Ken,
if
the
you go
host.
to view
It says
and click
spotlight
speaker,
for everybody.
And he picks me to spotlight.
right?
So I'm spotlighted across Zoom to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I have the, now does that, go ahead.
what about now?
Just your,
Background image.
So
Profile
that,
image.
okay, so it stays there. Okay, cool. Now, spotlight Sean, please. The real Sean, by the way. Oh my God! Okay, Sean. On your screen, do you see in the upper left-hand corner something that says "Remove Spotlight"? Sean, you're muted.
Yeah, it's not from what I'm seeing. He's not, is he?
He-
Yeah, yes.
yeah, he's muted.
Okay, he was. Sean, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Do you see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen something that says "Remove Spotlight"?
Yeah, I put it on gallery or whatever.
No. You're on
That's
the
the
wrong.
view.
Your
That's
other left.
the right
the
side.
other side. It says
The left side.
Yeah, the left side, it says remove spotlight. It's actually in the picture itself.
Oh,
Next to the green
Next
check
to the
mark.
green. Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
there we go. Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, that answers that question. Each individual can remove the spotlight as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. We're a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes, I believe. 2 hours, 20 minutes, 36 seconds.
Hang on, I'm watching a video real fast. So I'm gonna leave my audio again.
Okay, cool. I am going to give the generic thank you everyone for being here. It's been fun. We've learned some things. See you tomorrow night at 10:30. I would shout out to Greg, but he's about to fall out of his chair because he's sound asleep. So
Yeah.
hopefully he sleeps all night because I know what it's like to not get sleep. And I'm going to restore chat. Now, earlier today when I stopped the doggone stream, I played a Doug Betts and the stream didn't stop.
Still going.
Still going.
I haven't stopped it yet. I was just pointing out that earlier today that's what happened.